The planet was quiet, almost too quiet. Red dust swirled lazily across the rocky plains, carrying the faint scent of minerals that humans had yet to classify. Doctor. Lena Hargrove adjusted her helmet and wiped a thin layer of dust from the visor. Her boots crunched against the hardened soil as she stepped forward, scanning the horizon with her portable scanner. Humanity had only been on Tethys 4 for a few weeks, but the planet already held countless mysteries. Lena's job was simple in theory: study local flora, collect samples, and ensure nothing endangered the outpost. In practice, it was anything but simple. Tethys 4 was beautiful, but it was also unpredictable. Small seismic tremors sometimes shook the ground without warning, and the flora sometimes reacted to human presence in ways Lena did not understand. She crouched near a patch of luminescent moss, examining its bioluminescent patterns. It pulsed slowly, almost like a heartbeat. She reached out to collect a sample when her scanner suddenly beeped. Not a routine scan, this was an alert. Lena frowned and checked the device. It was a distress signal, faint but unmistakable. Odd, she muttered. Distress signals were rare. Mostly, they came from other humans or automated systems. But this one was different. Following the signal, Lena walked cautiously toward a narrow canyon. The dust crunching underfoot and small rocks tumbling down the slope with each step. As she rounded a jagged rock formation, she stopped abruptly. There, half hidden by a boulder, was a figure unlike anything she had ever seen. The alien was tall, slender, and radiated a soft, pale light. Its skin seemed translucent, showing faint traces of veins and internal movement. At first, Lena thought it was injured, but then she noticed the small device attached to its chest. It hummed faintly, lights flickering erratically. Sparks leapt from the edges, and a low, high-pitched whining noise filled the air. The alien groaned, a sound that was neither human nor animal, but something in between. It struggled to move, and Lena realized the device was malfunctioning. She froze for a moment, unsure. Humanity had prepared for contact with alien life in theory. But not like this. Not for a situation where survival depended on understanding an alien's technology, something completely foreign. Then, instinct kicked in. Lena's heart pounded. She had faced emergencies before, and she knew hesitation could cost lives. She stepped closer, holding out her hands to show she meant no harm. The alien's eyes, if they could be called eyes, glowed brighter. It watched her warily. The device continued to spark, sending faint pulses through the creature's chest. Lena crouched, carefully examining the technology. It wasn't purely mechanical. Wires and circuits were integrated with organic material. She had seen biotech before, but never like this. This device was alive in a way, working with the alien's body, supporting its very existence. Her mind raced. What could she use to stabilize it? She scanned her surroundings. Her backpack contained basic emergency repair tools and a portable medkit. Nothing advanced, certainly not enough to fully repair this device, but maybe enough to buy time. Okay, she whispered to herself. Let's see what humans can do. She retrieved a small energy stabilizer from her kit. A device meant to keep human life support systems steady during power fluctuations. Not perfect, but adaptable. Lena connected it to the alien device, adjusting the output slowly, testing each setting. The humming changed slightly, sparks reduced, and the alien gave a soft, relieved sound. It tried to move, but its limbs trembled. Lena noted this. The device might be stabilizing some functions, but not all. She needed more information. Can you understand me? She asked aloud. She knew it was a long shot. The alien responded, not with words, but with a series of colored pulses from its skin. Lena stared, fascinated. She didn't understand the language, but there was emotion there. Fear, relief, perhaps hope. She decided to try communicating simply. She gestured to the device, then pointed to herself, and finally to the alien. Help, she said softly. The word was meaningless to the alien, but the gesture seemed to have some effect. Its colors shifted to a calmer rhythm. Lena realized something important. Communication didn't have to be verbal. Humans had always been able to solve problems through observation, empathy, and creativity. She had to use every skill she had. With careful hands, she adjusted the stabilizer again. The device hummed steadily now, and the alien's tremors slowed. She let out a breath she hadn't realized she was holding. Then, something remarkable happened. The alien extended a limb, reaching toward Lena in a gesture that was clearly meant as gratitude. Its light shimmered in a pattern she could almost interpret as a smile. Lena's mind raced. This was no longer just a rescue. It was an opportunity. Humanity had always prided itself on curiosity, ingenuity, and compassion. And now, here she was, face to face with a life that depended entirely on human creativity. She carefully helped the alien to its feet, supporting its weight as best she could. The device still flickered occasionally, but it was stable enough to move. Lena knew she had to get it to the outpost, where she could study it more safely. The journey was slow and careful. Each step over the uneven terrain was a challenge, but Lena focused on the task. She couldn't afford mistakes. The alien followed her, moving with tentative trust, its skin pulsing softly with every step. As they approached the outpost, Lena could see her team working in the distance. Her colleague, Dr. Raj Patel, noticed her from the observation deck. His eyes widened in surprise. "Lena, what?" "Not now," she called back. "I need help inside. It's delicate." Inside the outpost, Lena led the alien to a secure chamber. The walls were lined with equipment capable of analyzing both biological and technological data. Here, she could finally get a proper look at the device, understand its mechanisms, and perhaps find a permanent solution. The alien watched her every move. Lena realized that trust was being built slowly, carefully. She spoke softly, explaining each action as she prepared her tools. Whether it understood her words or not, the calm tone seemed to help. She examined the device, noting every detail. Wires integrated with tissue, energy conduits running alongside veins, microprocessors that seemed to adapt to the alien's thoughts. It was unlike anything humans had built, yet Lena could see potential. With enough ingenuity, she could repair it. Hours passed. Lena worked tirelessly, documenting every observation, adjusting the stabilizer, and testing small interventions. The alien stayed remarkably still, as if it understood the importance of patience. By nightfall, Lena leaned back, exhausted but satisfied. The device was stable. The alien was safe. For now. But this was only the beginning. She had a long road ahead to fully understand the technology, and perhaps even learn from it. Lena looked at the alien, its soft light reflecting in her visor. Humanity had a chance here. A chance to prove that intelligence, creativity, and compassion could bridge even the widest gaps in the universe. And Lena was determined to seize it. She smiled. "We'll figure this out," she said. Not just for her, but for humanity. And for the new life she had vowed to help. The adventure was just beginning. The next morning, the outpost was quiet, except for the soft hum of machinery. Sunlight filtered through the reinforced glass walls, casting faint shadows across the lab. Dr. Lena Hargrove sat at the central workstation, her eyes fixed on the alien's device. Every circuit, every organic fiber, every faint pulse of energy fascinated her. She had stabilized it yesterday, but now came the harder task: understanding it. The alien rested on a soft platform nearby, its luminescent skin slowly pulsing in a steady rhythm. It had grown used to the lab's environment, but it still reacted cautiously whenever Lena moved too quickly or reached for a tool. Patience, Lena reminded herself. Trust would take time. She opened her portable analysis scanner and carefully placed it near the device. Numbers and patterns appeared on her display, some familiar, many entirely new. The alien's device was a hybrid of biology and technology, something humans had never attempted. The circuits were intertwined with organic tissue, and energy flowed through them in a way that seemed conscious, almost intelligent. "How does something like this even exist?" Lena murmured. She tapped a few keys on her console. "And how do I fix it without damaging the alien?" Her colleague, Dr. Raj Patel, approached with a cup of coffee. "You've been at it for hours," he said quietly. "Any progress?" Lena didn't look up. "I understand parts of it. It's not just mechanical. It reacts to its nervous system. Some of the energy is organic, almost like it's alive." She sighed. "I need to study it carefully. One wrong adjustment, and it dies." Raj finished for her. He nodded solemnly. "I get it. But Lena, you're the best human engineer we've got. If anyone can do this, it's you." Lena gave a small smile, appreciating the encouragement. She always believed in the human ability to adapt, to think creatively when situations seemed impossible. This was just another challenge, just one bigger than any she had faced before. She focused again. Lena began by mapping the device's circuits in detail, noting how the biological tissue interacted with the energy flow. The patterns were complex but strangely elegant, like a living blueprint. She realized the device wasn't designed for humans to understand, it was designed for the alien, to work with its unique physiology. Hours passed as she carefully documented each discovery. The alien seemed to sense her patience, its pulsing light changing in subtle ways. Lena noticed that when she spoke softly, explaining each step aloud, the alien's colors shifted to a calmer pattern. Curiosity began to spark. She tried simple experiments, sending tiny energy pulses through the system, while monitoring the alien's response. The device responded, adapting to her input in a way that suggested it had a form of intelligence. Lena's eyes widened. This wasn't just a life support system, it was semi-sentient. This is incredible," she whispered. "Humans, we might actually learn something from this." Raj leaned over her shoulder. "You think it's teaching us?" Lena shook her head. "Not intentionally, maybe. But it's reacting to us. Adjusting. Learning. And we have to figure out how it works, without hurting it." For the first time, Lena realized the full scope of the challenge. This was more than a repair. It was a collaboration between species, something humans had never attempted. They couldn't rely solely on technology or instinct. They had to combine observation, empathy, and ingenuity. Human strengths. She decided to create a controlled simulation. Using the outpost's advanced computers, she replicated parts of the alien's device digitally. She could test adjustments in the simulation before applying them to the real system. It was time-consuming, but it reduced the risk of injury. As the simulation ran, Lena noticed patterns emerging. Certain energy pathways corresponded with biological responses, movement, color changes, even emotional states. She began to understand how the alien's emotions and the device were linked. The device wasn't just mechanical. It was an extension of the alien itself. Excited, Lena explained her findings aloud. "This is amazing. Humans solve problems by experimenting, learning from mistakes. This device, it adapts too. Maybe together, we can figure out a permanent solution." The alien seemed to respond. Its skin pulsed brighter, more energetically, almost as if acknowledging her words. Lena laughed softly. "See? I think you understand me better than I understand you." Over the next several hours, Lena experimented with different repair techniques. She tried replacing certain components, adjusting energy flow, and even using alternative materials from the lab. Each attempt taught her something new about the device. Human persistence and creativity, even in the face of uncertainty, began to shine. Raj watched in awe. "You're not just fixing it," he said. "You're learning from it." Lena nodded. "Exactly. That's what humans do best. We adapt. We experiment. We solve problems other species might give up on. And this This could change everything we know about technology. At one point, Lena noticed a problem she hadn't anticipated. The alien system reacted unpredictably to some Earth-based materials. Tiny energy surges caused small but noticeable distress in the creature. Lena realized she couldn't rely solely on human tools and materials. She had to combine human knowledge with the alien's biological system, a true hybrid solution. Determined, Lena reviewed everything she had learned so far. She devised a plan to integrate local Tethys 4 minerals into the repair process. These minerals had unique energy-conducting properties, compatible with the alien device. Using a mix of human technology and local materials, she could create a safer, more stable system. The alien, sensing her determination, remained still, almost patiently waiting. Lena found herself marveling at the creature's intelligence and composure. Humans often underestimated themselves, but here was proof that collaboration across species could achieve remarkable results. By nightfall, Lena had completed a preliminary model of the repair process. The device was functioning better than before, and the alien's biological signs were stable. She allowed herself a moment to breathe. The first stage of understanding was complete, but there was still much to learn. The device's deeper functions, its semi-sentient nature, and the full connection to the alien's physiology remained mysteries. Lena knew tomorrow would bring new challenges, but she felt ready. Humans thrived in adversity. This was just another problem to solve, one that required brains, patience, and determination. As she prepared to rest, Lena glanced at the alien. Its soft light filled the lab with warmth, a quiet reminder that life, in all its forms, was precious. She placed a hand near the device, careful not to touch it directly. "We'll get it right," she whispered. "I promise." For the first time since their encounter, the alien pulsed in a steady, bright rhythm, almost like a heartbeat synchronized with her own determination. Lena realized something profound. Understanding didn't require words. It required effort, empathy, and the willingness to bridge the gap between species. Humans had always been problem solvers. They had faced impossible odds and thrived. And here, on a distant planet, facing a life form more advanced than anything on Earth, Lena felt the full weight and wonder of that truth. Tomorrow, she would begin the next stage, deep repair, exploration, and perhaps the first step toward true interstellar collaboration. But tonight, for the first time, she allowed herself a small smile. Humanity had done it again, adapted, persisted, and proven that cleverness and compassion could overcome even the strangest challenges. The alien's device hummed softly, stable and alive. Lena Hargrove, human engineer and problem solver, had taken the first step toward not just fixing a life, but forging a connection that could change the way humanity saw the universe. And she knew this was only the beginning. The day began quietly, but Lena knew that peace was fragile. She had stabilized the alien's device yesterday, mapped its circuits, and begun experiments to understand it. But understanding was only part of the problem. Repairing it fully, integrating alien biology with human technology, and ensuring the creature's survival would be far more complicated. Lena reviewed her notes as the alien rested nearby, its soft light pulsing rhythmically. She traced energy flows on her display, mapping pathways and identifying critical nodes. Each tiny error could trigger a system failure. Her hands shook slightly, with both excitement and nerves. Humans were capable of incredible ingenuity, but this was beyond anything they had faced before. Raj entered the lab carrying a tray of breakfast rations. "Morning, Lena. Any luck last night?" "Some," she replied, barely glancing up. "I understand more about the system's behavior. But there's a problem. The alien's device reacts unpredictably to Earth materials. I can't just replace parts with what we have in the lab. I'll need to adapt." Raj frowned. "Adapt?" Lena turned to face him, her eyes bright, like humans always do. "We'll combine Earth technology with materials from Tethys 4 itself. Minerals here have unique energy properties. If I can integrate them, I can replicate the device's functions without harming the alien." Raj's eyes widened. "That's bold." "Bold is what humans do best," Lena said, returning her attention to the workstation. We're problem solvers. That's why we're still here, exploring the stars. With Raj's help, Lena gathered samples of local minerals, carefully selecting fragments with high conductivity and energy storage potential. The lab buzzed with activity as she built a prototype component. Each piece had to mimic part of the alien device's biological and mechanical functions. It was delicate work, requiring precision, creativity, and patience, all qualities humans excelled at. Hours passed. The prototype was nearly ready, but Lena knew the real test would come when she integrated it with the alien system. One wrong move, and the device could fail completely. Her stomach twisted at the thought. But Lena did not give up. Humans thrived on challenges, and she had faced impossible odds before. As she prepared the final assembly, the outpost's alarm system suddenly blared. Red lights flashed. Lena's heart skipped a beat. Power surges cascaded across the facility, and several monitors went offline. She rushed to the console. "What's happening?" Raj shouted. "Something's overloading the circuits," Lena replied, scanning the system. "It's not the alien device, it's the lab. But if we don't stabilize it, the surge could damage both the outpost and the alien." Lena quickly realized the problem. The energy she had been drawing from local minerals to test the prototype had interacted with the outpost's systems in an unexpected way. She had underestimated how sensitive alien energy could be when combined with human technology. "We have to cut the main power," Lena said. "Now." Raj nodded and ran to the main power console. Lena focused on the alien. Its pulsing light had accelerated, colors shifting rapidly. The device was struggling to compensate for the sudden energy fluctuations. She reached for the stabilizer, adjusting the output as carefully as possible. Minutes felt like hours. Every small adjustment caused a ripple effect. The alien system reacted immediately, forcing Lena to think several steps ahead. She jotted quick notes, calculated energy flows, and improvised solutions on the fly. Her mind worked like a well-oiled machine, methodical, creative, and relentless. "Almost there," she whispered. "Come on, come on." Finally, the main power was cut. The surges stopped. The outpost hummed quietly again, and the alien's device began to stabilize. Lena exhaled, leaning against the workstation. Raj gave her a look of awe. "You did it," he said softly. "You saved both the outpost and the alien." Lena shook her head. "We did it. Humans are good, but so is teamwork. That's why we survive." Once the immediate danger passed, Lena returned to the alien. She studied its system closely. The energy surges had stressed certain circuits, revealing weaknesses she hadn't noticed before. She would need to redesign the prototype to handle unexpected fluctuations, something humans excelled at because of their adaptability. She worked carefully, integrating the local minerals with reinforced circuitry. Each step was methodical, yet creative, relying on human ingenuity rather than brute force. The alien watched her, pulsing gently, almost as if offering encouragement. Lena felt a surge of respect. This creature, despite its advanced biology, was capable of trust and patience. Humans were not alone in problem-solving, but their resilience and creativity gave them a unique edge. By mid-afternoon, the redesigned component was ready. Lena took a deep breath. She carefully connected it to the alien's device, monitoring every energy spike and pulse. The alien's light flickered, then slowly steadied. She adjusted a few more settings, testing responsiveness. The alien moved slightly, tentatively, then extended a limb toward Lena. She understood immediately. Gratitude. She smiled, exhausted but exhilarated. "See?" she said softly. "We're learning from each other. That's what humans do. We solve problems, no matter how impossible they seem." Raj leaned over her shoulder. "You really think humans can learn that much from this?" Lena nodded. "Absolutely. Look at this. It's not just about repairing a device. It's about understanding a new form of life, bridging the gap between species, and using human creativity to solve impossible problems. That's humanity at its best. As evening fell, Lena reviewed her progress. The alien's device was stable, the outpost was secure, and her prototype had proven effective. Yet she knew the true challenge was still ahead. The deeper functions of the device, its semi-sentience, and the full connection to the alien's biology remained a mystery. But Lena felt confident. Humans thrived on adversity. They adapted, experimented, and solved problems that no one else could. The alien, she realized, was teaching her something more than technology. It was teaching her patience, observation, and the importance of empathy, qualities that humans had developed over millennia and now applied to interstellar exploration. That night, Lena allowed herself a moment to rest. She looked at the alien, its light steady and calm. Tomorrow, she would continue the repair process, learning more about its functions and perhaps discovering new ways to integrate human ingenuity with alien technology. For now, though, she felt a quiet satisfaction. Humans had faced impossible odds before and prevailed. Here, on a distant world, they were doing it again, using creativity, determination, and compassion to save a life and bridge a cosmic gap. Lena whispered to herself, "This is only the beginning. Humanity can do more than survive. We can thrive. We can solve problems no one else can. And together, we can do anything." The alien's device pulsed gently, a steady rhythm that seemed to echo Lena's thoughts. She knew the challenges ahead would be harder, the risks greater, but she also knew that humans had a gift, a combination of courage, creativity, and resilience that allowed them to face the impossible and win. And Lena was ready for whatever came next. The morning sun rose over Tethys 4, casting pale gold light across the rocky landscape. Inside the outpost, Dr. Lena Hargrove was already at her workstation, focused and determined. Yesterday had been a test of patience, creativity, and adaptability, and today promised to be even more challenging. The alien's device was stable, but full repair and understanding still lay ahead. Lena studied her notes, reviewing every observation, every test, every adjustment she had made so far. She had learned more than she ever imagined about alien biology and hybrid technology. The device was semi-sentient, reacting to stimuli and adapting in real time. Repairing it was no longer just a technical challenge, it had become a collaboration, a bridge between two species. The alien rested nearby, its skin pulsing in calm, steady patterns. Lena reached out carefully, placing a hand near the device without touching it. Its light responded, brightening slightly. She smiled. "Ready to work together?" she whispered. The alien's response was almost immediate, a slow, even pulse. Raj entered the lab, holding a fresh cup of coffee. "How are we today?" he asked. "Focused," Lena replied. "This is it, Raj. Today we either complete the repair, or we discover a new way to combine our knowledge with theirs. Either way, humans and aliens are going to learn something incredible." They began by analyzing the final layer of the device, the part most intimately connected to the alien's nervous system. Lena knew that even the slightest miscalculation could trigger a system failure. Her hands moved carefully, adjusting energy flows, connecting human-designed circuits with alien tissues, and monitoring every response. Hours passed in meticulous work. Lena's mind raced with calculations, adjustments, and hypotheses. She realized that the alien was almost teaching her through its responses. When she made a correct adjustment, its light pulsed smoothly. When she hesitated or erred, subtle fluctuations appeared. Humans had always relied on observation and creativity, and here, those traits were more valuable than any tool. "Look at that," Raj whispered. "It's almost like it understands what you're doing. Or maybe it's teaching us," Lena replied. "Either way, we have to pay attention. Every signal matters." By midday, Lena had completed the integration of the local minerals with the hybrid circuitry. She tested energy flows carefully, watching as the device adapted seamlessly to the alien's biology. For the first time, she saw the full potential of the system. Not only was it stable, but it was functioning better than she had imagined, more efficient, more responsive, and more resilient. The alien shifted slightly, raising a limb toward Lena. Its skin shimmered in a sequence of colors that Lena had learned to interpret as positive feedback. She felt a thrill of triumph. Humanity had once again solved the impossible. "We did it," she said softly, almost in disbelief. "We actually did it," Raj smiled. "Humans never give up, do we?" "No," Lena said. "We adapt. We create. We overcome. That's what we do." But the moment of celebration was brief. Lena realized that while the device was repaired, understanding it fully was just as important. She connected the lab's neural interface to the device, allowing her to map the alien's thoughts and energy patterns in real time. What she saw was astonishing. The alien's semi-sentient system was capable of complex problem-solving and even self-repair. Its intelligence was intertwined with its biology, creating a form of life that was both machine and organism. Lena's human ingenuity had repaired it, but now she could learn from it. This could change everything," she whispered. "Human technology combined with their biology. The possibilities are endless." Over the next several hours, Lena and Raj conducted careful experiments. They tested the device's adaptive functions, observing how it responded to different stimuli and environmental changes. Every test revealed new insights, not only about the alien but about the potential of hybrid technology. Humans had the creativity and determination to repair it, but now they were learning from it, gaining knowledge that could benefit humanity for generations. The alien, in turn, seemed to understand. It interacted with Lena, responding to her gestures and energy adjustments. Its skin pulsed in complex sequences, conveying information in a way humans could now interpret. For the first time, Lena felt a genuine connection, a mutual understanding across species. "This is incredible," Raj said, eyes wide. "We're not just saving a life. We're learning from it." "Exactly," Lena replied. "Humans have always been problem solvers, but now we're collaborators. We're combining creativity, empathy, and observation with something entirely new. This is humanity at its best." As the day progressed, Lena realized that the alien's knowledge could benefit humanity far beyond this outpost. Its understanding of energy systems, biological integration, and adaptive technology was advanced beyond human capabilities. By collaborating, humans could accelerate their own technology while maintaining safety and ethics. She shared her discoveries with Raj. "We have to document everything. Every pattern, every response, every adjustment. This knowledge could save lives, improve technology, and maybe even help humans explore deeper into space." Raj nodded. "And all because humans didn't give up." "Because you didn't give up," Lena smiled. But she knew it wasn't just her. It was humanity's nature to adapt, to persist, to solve the impossible. She glanced at the alien, its light now steady and calm. For the first time, she felt a true sense of partnership. By evening, the alien's device was fully integrated and fully functional. Its biological functions were stable, energy flows efficient, and its semi-sentient systems responsive to both its own needs and human guidance. Lena stepped back, exhausted but elated. "We've done it," she said softly. "We've truly done it." The alien responded with a slow, bright sequence of pulses, a gesture of what Lena now understood as gratitude. It extended a limb toward her, and for a moment, words weren't necessary. The connection between human and alien was clear. Trust, understanding, and mutual respect had bridged the gap between species. Lena realized that humanity's greatest strength wasn't strength of arms or advanced weapons. It was creativity, ingenuity, and the ability to empathize with others. These qualities had allowed her to solve a problem no other species could, to save a life, and to gain knowledge that could propel humanity forward. Raj approached, clapping lightly. "You've done more than repair a device, Lena. You've shown what humans can achieve when we refuse to give up, when we think creatively and act with care." Lena nodded, exhausted but proud. and we'll continue to learn. This is just the beginning. We've formed a partnership, not just with this alien, but with knowledge we never had before. Humanity has a chance to reach further than ever. As night fell over Tethys 4, Lena stood by the observation window, watching the stars glimmer. The alien rested nearby, its light calm and steady. Humanity had come to a new world, faced an impossible challenge, and triumphed, not through brute force, but through intelligence, creativity, and compassion. She whispered to herself, "This is what humans do. We solve problems. We create. We survive. And sometimes, we thrive beyond what anyone thought possible." The alien's device pulsed softly, almost in rhythm with Lena's heartbeat. She smiled. Humanity had saved a life, forged a connection, and discovered knowledge beyond their imagining. And she knew, deep in her heart, that this was only the first of many adventures. Tomorrow, humans and aliens would continue to learn from each other, pushing the boundaries of science, technology, and understanding. Lena Hargrove felt a surge of hope. Humanity had proven itself once again clever, adaptable, compassionate, and capable of achieving the extraordinary. And in that quiet, starlit lab, humanity's place in the universe felt a little brighter, a little stronger, and infinitely more promising.